Okay, today I want to introduce you about Git and Git's basic workflow. So Git is basically a distributed version control system. There's a lot of version control systems out there, but Git is the most famous one. So you guys might wonder what version control system is. So version control system is, okay, let's see the quote here. Version control is a system that records changes to a file or set of files over time so that you can recall specific versions later. So what do you mean by that? So let's go to the quick examples. Let's say you are a developer of the car company and your company is developing self-driving car and you are a developer of this car. Let's call this car Geralt. Let's call this Geralt because I watched The Witcher. So Geralt has these features, which is self-driving, and second, air filtering, and third, playing music. So to make this work, you wrote the code for all these things, and now you release it to the public. And like people are happy with it, but people are saying maybe this one should have auto parking system. So you write another script that enables auto parking in Geralt. So now now you save the code and you release it to the public. So now it's the version 2.0 Geralt, which has auto parking system. So people are really happy with it, right? But like there is a die-hard fan of The Witcher. They are saying Geralt, the self-driving car, Geralt should have monster detection feature. Because Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher always detects the monster and kill it. This is very nonsense and stupid example, but just bear me with it. So you wrote another script to enable the self-driving car to detect the monsters, and you release it to the public again. So they are happy with it as well, the fans of The Witcher. And then however, the problem is the company of your boss, the boss of your company is not really happy with this. So he orders you to just revert to the version 2.0, which just had auto parking system, right? But like you already saved everything and you cannot just go back to the version 2.0 in normal situation, right? But with the Git, with the version control system, because it keeps the track of changes to your files, it will enable you to go back to whatever the version that you want to go back to. Let's see, if you want to go back to version 1.0, you can go back to here. If you want to go back to version 2.0, you can go back to here, etc., etc., etc. So that is basically what version control system is. And now there's 3 stages of Git. So one is first is working directory, and second is staging area, and third is Git directory. So working directory is the first stage, so where you modify the files. So when you are writing the code, all the files like that you are writing on will be here, right? So let's say you are done with writing this code and you want to save it. Now, so first, the save button here in Git normally is considered as committed. So first, to do it, you need to select the files and move it to the staging area. So let's say you select the file, you already move it to the staging area. So there are the files already in the staging area. And now it's ready for being committed, okay? And then when they are ready, you will commit them to the Git repository, Git directory, whichever you want to call. So what you just did was you moved the file to here, and then once you move the file to here, it will permanently store your files. So this will become your first version of the files, okay? So let me explain them with terminal here. So basic workflow of Git. I will explain you with command lines. Okay, first to use the Git, you need to download the Git. Let's go to here and download the Git as your operating system. I'm using Mac OS, so I need to download this, but I've already downloaded the Git, so I don't need to download it. So people who doesn't have it, go here and download it, okay? So let's assume you guys already have the Git installed. First, let's go to the desktop and let's make a directory called Geralt. This is where you will store all the files that are needed for the developing car Geralt, okay? And you can see there is a directory called Geralt are created, okay? And let's change it, let's move to the directory Geralt. This is exactly same as you clicking into here and go to here, okay? So now you are at Geralt. Now you need to create a file. Let's say first file is self-driving dot, let's do py because I like Python. And second one is air filtering py. This enables air filtering feature. And third one is play music.py. So you created all of the features. And let's check. So ls will show all the files and directories in the directory, in the current working directory, okay? So you have these 3 files, right? So, and let me explain the basic workflow of Git. So first, you need to initialize. So what initializing by meaning that is you are creating a new Git repository in the current directory. So to do that, you need to git init. Then it will send initialize the empty Git repository in your path to your directory. So let's check what the current status is by doing git status, and it will say untracked files, airfiltering.py, play.music.py, self-driving.py. This is now basically in the working directory, which the files that you are working on, you are modifying the files. And let's say so after some times you wrote the order like a cause for this, and you are ready to, all these files are ready to be saved, okay? Then what you need to do is you need to move these files to the staging area. So to do that, let's do git add air filtering.py, and let's check again. And now you can see changes to be committed, and there are untracked files. So these files are still in the working directory, but this one, by you are doing this, it is moved to the staging area. Now it says change to be committed. Now you can move this to the Git directory, okay, where you save the files permanently. So because we want to publish the version 1.0 of Geralt, let's move all these files to the staging area. You can do that by just type the dot, which will add all the files into the staging area. Now let's check again. Now every files are in the staging area, and all the files in the staging area. Now you want to move to the Git directory, which is Git repository. So to do that, you need to do git commit. Think of commit as the save button in the like a Word or PowerPoint or whatever, and you want to include a message which says this is Geralt version 1.0. Okay, you hit that, and 3 file changes created mode dun. So you don't need to mind this, and you check the git status again. So it says there's nothing to commit, working tree clean. So working directory is clean, staging area is clean. So every files that you've been working on is moved to here. How can you check them? you can check by doing git log, and it says this commit, and this is specific hash code for that commit, and date Friday, January 17. This message that we included Geralt version 1.0. So you successfully created version 1.0, and then as you are working on them more and more, like you will work on this auto parking system or monster detection. As you are working on them more and more, this Git keeps track of the changes to your files, and it's easier for you to maintain the code. So that is it. I know this was a little bit confusing, and my explanation wouldn't been really the best out of the other explanations, but I'll try my best to keep improving, and you guys let me know in the comment section below that you guys are confused and the other things that you guys want to know. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching.